we'll start, but I have a question for you guys first. How many of you the cards were there in the campus? They were scanned. Okay, you have the card.
अच्छा इससे वो वापस
That it was about. So it was basically some playing cards that were scattered around the campus. Basically, a sort of treasure hunt, maybe under the seats. Where did you find it?
South.
So this guy, your name is Rishabh, found it on a notice board. That's interesting. Good job, Rishabh. You'll get a badge there. So we are still hiding some in the campus. No one knows. I see some people looking. Good to know. So yeah, you'll find those maybe if you're lucky. And the person that does find it, gets a badge. Right? It's a really good designed badge. You can add it on your bag or your clothes, your choice. But yes. So on the or let's say insomnia or some power-ups of those sorts, and on the back of these cards there are instructions. It's written that if found, put this on your story and @ MLSA KIIT, and you get a prize. So I'll just give you a heads up that the cards are out there. Okay. Cool. So we have a lot planned for you, and for now, I shall keep you until.
So hello everybody. I think most of you are from second year. Abhi, anybody from first year or third year? Okay, which year? Okay, first year. Very good to see the crowd because आपका exam है Monday को, so I think आप बहुत invest करके आए हो. Or any third year crowd, or we are all second year here. Okay, very good to see. Okay, very nice energy I see. So semester of course new start हुआ है for the second and third years. So how has it been going far? मतलब anybody would like to volunteer and say कि क्या चल रहा है? Anything? Okay, yeah, sure.
एक वीक हुआ है और अभी से असाइनमेंट मिल गया.
घर जाने का सबका प्लान ऑलरेडी रेडी होगा नहीं? Because of course अभी छुट्टी आ ही रही है, so everybody is just waiting for that. So I think आप लोग काफी देर से वेट कर रहे हो. So I would just request कि आप लोग थोड़ा और पेस रखो. We will come back with
पता है इनको सब एक बार शो कर दो सबको. People are not still clear about it. उस तरह पीछे से.
you can stand and show them once. Okay, so if anybody of you finds it, please keep it.
Yep, hold on to it, okay? I'll give you a badge. Cool. Is there anyone here that is waiting for their teammates? Like आधा team आ गया, आधा team अभी घर पे ही है. कौन से लोग? You. Who else? You. So how many people do you have? 2. You? 3. You have 4. 4 is the limit. Okay. You? How many? How many people? Just one. So 3 more people are coming. You? All 4 are here. Okay, that's it. 3 of them are at home.
Yes, that's it.
5 is also possible. That's no issue. Okay. So I just wanted to know how many of you are participating solo? Raise your hands. No solo players here. One. Who else? Everyone has a team. Damn भाई, काफी extroverted लोग हैं इधर. Good to know यार. Tech में extroversion. Okay. So there's a person that is solo there. Which year? So just let everyone know who you are and what's your tech stack and why you should be on that team. Okay. It's in machine learning. So I would love to join a team. Let's make this interesting. We have 2. You are on the same team. We have 3. Damn, high demand है भाई. He is not interested. देखो यार. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 takers for this person. Any team? Any other team? No. Okay. So how many people do you have? 2. What's your tech? What is your tech stack? Web dev. That team. What's your tech stack? One stack. अच्छा दोनों साइड होता है you have to choose. So yeah. Okay, so you make the choice. So this guy makes the choice now. Who do you choose? Who is the lucky one? This team. Okay. There were 5 takers for you, right? It's an extra present. Okay, so you are taking that person, right? How many people now? 3. Okay, so sub same here, so. Okay, cool. See, that's fun. So if any solo players, let us know. We'll find your match. Okay. So no other solo players. That's it. Okay. know. So, is there any person here that's working on something very obscure? Anyone? Anyone who would like to try? देखो रिएक्ट बोलोगे तो यू आर ऑलरेडी डिस्क्वालिफाइड, ठीक है, रिएक्ट मत ट्राई करना, ठीक है। बाहर किसी स्टूडेंट पूछेंगे उसको भी आता है वो रिएक्ट डेफिनेटली, बट अदर देन रिएक्ट यू आर गुड टू गो। कुछ भी अगर टेक स्टैक हो आपका, एनीवन वुड लाइक टू ट्राई? दिस गाय सेज Django. Who else works on Django? 3 people. You lost. Okay. Anyone else? Any other language? No one else. Everyone सब React ही use कर रहे हैं. सब stack. Certain. Which one? Certain. Okay, so we have a guy coming on right now. ठीक है. उनको अगर आप रोके नहीं तो he'll go on a rant about how React is trash. Next.js is even worse. ये सब मत करो, जॉब नहीं लगेगा. This is not real engineering. But let's see what he has to say. Okay. So another question for you guys. Who is your कुछ भी हो, that's good enough. कोई भैया दीदी होंगे वो भी चलेगा. We won't judge you. No problem. Okay. I ask a random person. My father. I crazy of you. I'll have to write a LinkedIn post. Yesterday I was hosting an event. I asked her, who is your influencer of choice? He said, my father. Very inspiring. Changed my life. But okay, good to know. That's a good answer. Good job. Okay, I'll ask someone else. Hopefully, आज एक ही LinkedIn post लिखना पड़े. You don't need. तुमसे तो फोटो लिए थे भाई, तुम्हारा वीडियो बना था.
Jeff Delani.
Okay. What's the tech stack?
He has a YouTube channel called Fireship, I think.
Okay. How many of you know Fireship? That's really popular, I think. It's a really good channel as well. Okay, lots of people. Good to know. I'll ask one more person, okay? Anyone that wants to volunteer? कि भाई मेरा influencer बहुत unique है, please उसको promote कर दो. अपना नाम नहीं बोलना है और father mother नहीं बोलना है, ठीक है? Primeagen. कितने लोग Primeagen को follow करते हैं? कितने लोग Primeagen को जानते हैं? 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Some people. Really amazing guy, I would say. भाई, I'll be honest. क्या बोलता है वो स्क्रीन पे मेरे को समझ में नहीं आता है. राइट करना स्टार्ट कर देता है, बट गुड गाय. A lot of varied opinions, but yeah, in general, सबके influencers same ही. Should we start now? Start में भी ऐसे ही सर है भाई, कुछ तो ये दिखाओ. Should question do
हाँ, so कौन MLSA को पहले से आंसर दिया. Okay. MLSA नहीं पता क्या है. Okay, चलो. We will tell in the upcoming. Okay, upcoming में recruit होना है बस.
अरे भाई उसको
Okay.
छोड़ दो, मास्क वाले को, अब तो क्वेश्चन पूछ चुके
Last वाले का क्या पता था?
अच्छा ठीक है, गुड इनफ।
अच्छा फर्स्ट ईयर हो? ओके यार, वी शुड गिव देम अ ह्यूज राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज। एग्जाम्स के बीच में आया थोड़ा। ओह ओके ओके, बट स्टिल हाँ। फिर और बताओ, कौन से डोमेन में तुम जाना चाहोगे? अरे डोमेन एज टेक में I'll be very honest, जाना चाहोगे इसमें? हाँ, टेक में जैसे वेब डेव, ऐप डेव, कैसा? वेब डेव में, ओके। तो कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग बताना चाहोगे अपने बारे में?
पता नहीं कर क्या है फर्स्ट ईयर से हूँ नेपाल से फर्स्ट थिंग सो हाँ मंथ स्टैक में थोड़ा थोड़ा फिजिक्स सब किया है उतना ज़्यादा नॉलेज नहीं लेकिन वही नॉलेज इसलिए आया है एक्सपीरियंस के लिए।
किन लोगों का पहला हैकेथॉन नहीं है ये? तुम लोग कोई अपना लाइक एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करना चाहोगे? Experience?
क्या हुआ, क्या भाई क्या हुआ, इतना आगे बैठे हो, बोल सकते हो, आंसर कर सकते हो। लेटर ऑन, लेटर ऑन इवेंट, नो लेटर, ठीक है कर
Members to use on computer generations and project technology was the start of the world of technology. This off topic, but have you played any sport? My ghosts and zombies and stuff.
right? The answer is communication. It is only through communication that humanity has survived for all these centuries. It has allowed us to signal each other about all the upcoming dangers, allowing us to collaborate. And this primal necessity, when combined with the signature technology of Fallout games, that is terminals, brings us to our problem statement, the last hope terminal. You will be building a web-based terminal-themed dashboard that will act like the Pip-Boy for an entire community, allowing for clear and concise collaboration. Next, we'll be delving into some of the challenges that we'll be tackling in this problem statement. First, registering the citizens. So, to do this, first of all, you will be implementing authentication. You will have to sign up the users, register them, and because we want everyone's voices to be heard, right? Nobody should go uninvited to the party. Next, you will be also implementing authorization. You will have to verify what the role of the user is, whether they are an admin, a citizen, or maybe just a group. Nobody likes uninvited guests, right? You know, sometimes happens, being bula mehman aa jate hain, and we are also thinking like, bhai, ye kab jayenge to bhai plate mein samosa jo rakha khaunga bhai. It happens. So we don't want that. I'm not talking about the samosa, but rather the uninvited guests to attack our website and interfere with the process. So next challenge is broadcasting critical updates. For this, you will be creating an admin dashboard where you will be able to, only the admins will be able to broadcast emergency updates, such as if there's a scarcity of resources, maybe there's an infestation of ghouls, maybe mutant invasion, or maybe just talking about your sad breakups. It happens. Next, you will be allowing citizens to post live alerts and messages to each other. It's kind of like sliding into DMs, but with less cheesy pickup lines and more of like emergency, like if someone has extra resources that they would like to trade, or maybe they come across a attack or maybe a roadblock, so they would like to inform the others. So that's more likely. Now integrating webhooks. I would like to ask you guys, how many of you use Telegram? Quite a number of hands. What about Discord? Any Discord mods here? Right. Okay, any social media? भाई ये मत बोलना कि नहीं करता हूँ. Already I can see some people are browsing it in the back. It's fine. If you find something interesting, मेरे को भी भेज देना. Anyways, webhooks, basically you will be the various social media. They provide you with webhook, which is like a URL through which you can broadcast any message to that specific social media. In this case, all the alerts and the broadcasts, you're going to forward that to the specific social media through the use of webhooks or maybe bots. Next, survival guides and resource trading. So you will create a platform where people will be able to share their survival tips, tricks, 10-minute hacks, or all the podcasts for surviving in the world. And apart from that, you should also include the feature for trading. And now I'm not talking about the stock trading, but rather the barter system. Because the world has gone to waste. It's a complete barren wasteland. And I'm pretty sure there are no banks. Yay. No government, yay. Which also means no currency. All your currency is completely worthless. So in that case, the only hope is the barter system. So you would be implementing that through the web dashboard. Next, all the technical aspects of this project. Now, what stack are you going to use? Well, you can of course go for HTML, CSS, JavaScript. as basics as it gets. Otherwise, you're also free to use any library, framework, or whatever you want. I know some crazy freak among you is going to do the whole thing in C, which is fine. We don't judge. I mean, we will judge, but not based on the language or framework. Then we have form handling. So when you are going to use various technologies like Yux, Node, React, use form or formic, and you're going to verify all the inputs given by the user. We don't want user with names like XX underscore dark lord 123, something like that, or maybe password like 12345. I mean, at that point, it's survival of the fittest, but still, we need to protect the user from themselves. So in that case, you will be validating all the inputs and also showing the errors to the user. Next, we have JWT authentication. Anyone from the audience who can tell me what JWT stands for? Anyone? Sure, please. Exactly. JWT stands for JSON Web Token. So you are going to use JWTs to authenticate and authorize, like I said earlier. And you're going to put the role and the name as the payload for the specific JSON Web Token. Next, as I talked about earlier, WebSockets and webhooks. So you can, of course, use Socket.io as a WebSocket, or if you have enough coffee, you can always go for your own implementation of WebSockets. But guys, our hair is already receding. If you do it without coffee, I am pretty sure it will recede even further. So try it at your own risk. And I think with that, we come to the end of the web. I'd like to ask you guys, after listening to this, how many of you are thinking of opting into web domain, like for this problem statement? Anyone from the audience who would like to go thinking of joining this web? Okay, good. Now we'll just have a small little demonstration of what you can create. Just a second. There we go. So a terminal, right? Some crazy animations. And after that, you have a registration page where you can, of course, fill it. If you fill the wrong information, you will be given the wrong, given the errors and all the validations of working fine. And then we have the login page where you can log in and you will have to match the password, hash the password, and all that. And once you log in, you have the dashboard. So as you can see, there's already a broadcast that we tested earlier, test broadcast from admin panel. There's the ability to access the admin console. For this case, the account is already an admin, so we can directly access. And here you can see we can broadcast any message that we want. If possible. And of course, you will also have to validate this as well. There you go. Alert all citizens. It's being shown over there. Then you have the trade where people can trade for resources. You can upload an image, price of what you want in return, description, categories, and so on and on. This is just a demonstration. You will be doing this and much more. And remember, don't try to copy this. There are extra points of originality. So this is just a map showing all the various hotspots. You can implement this with the alert system. So it automatically updates if someone reports an danger zone, then the map automatically updates showing the danger level and what type of hazard it is. Then if you scroll at the bottom, you can see there's a message box where people can talk live using WebSockets. you can see the message gets sent and it gets updated. Now, of course, at the top, you can see survival tips. You can, of course, post a new one by going to the new log entry, and you can update the survival list and so on. I think that's all that this is where the demonstration. And that's the problem statement for the web. I hope you guys are excited, and I wish you all the very best for all those who are opting into the web problem statement. Thank you. Now I'll pass it on to the next speaker.
Greetings, survivors. Myself, Deepika Roy Chaudhary.
And myself, Uday.
Are today here to present you the problem statement of the domain of data analytics. Imagine waking up in a desolate post-apocalyptic world. Civilization has crumbled, resources are scarce, and survival hangs by a thread. Food, water, energy, medical supplies, everything that we once took for granted is even more valuable than gold. You rummage through your surroundings and are fortunate enough to come across a Pip-Boy, a handheld computer device with access to resource points and vault locations. You power it up only to find this. A dreadful and horrendous control panel. Like, bhai, can you actually understand यहाँ पे हो क्या रहा है? By the time you end up finding the nearest vault location, the mutants would have come and already ambushed you. But what if instead of this, we present it like this? Very demure, very mindful, right? See how just the data, if it was presented like this, it can directly or indirectly increase the survival of so many people. Similarly, throughout the world, settlements are crumbling under poor planning. That is where you come in. Mission Crisis Compass. Your mission is to create a powerful and interactive analytical dashboard to guide humanity to survival. So, what are the challenges that you will need to tackle? Anyone from the audience? Any guesses? कोई भी?
Any challenges for anyone knows data analytics at all? Here? Data analytics, data science. Yeah, you know. Anyone? Anyone any interest in data science field or something? Sure. One of you can stand up. Can you? This one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
You're right.
Brownie points. Okay.
So anyway, let's continue. You need to develop an analytical dashboard to visualize real-time resource availability, aggregate and display real-time data on food, water, energy, and essential supplies across the wasteland. Then identify crisis zones. Use geographic visualizations to highlight areas with severe shortages or increasing demands. Predict trends. Implement Power BI's forecasting feature to predict resource needs based on consumption patterns. After that, also track distribution efficiency. Monitor the effectiveness of ongoing resource allocations to reduce waste and delays, because each and every second counts. Finally, enable stakeholder insights. Create role-specific views for citizens, local authorities, and crisis managers. We do not have time to be having fake drills throughout the night.
Well, since the stakes couldn't be any higher, like, wow, not like just in a post-apocalyptic world, and you're just told to be like, "Bhai, dunya bachani hai tumhe. You're the hope of mankind." So you need to level up your tech game for that, right? Like, has anyone ever witnessed the lags and glitches of Valorant or PUBG Mobile? Rank matches are, KIIT Wi-Fi. Everyone knows that. So to make that such issues don't occur in the data analytics part, there are some technical key aspects that we have given you. You can follow it, or you can go to your own imagination, because
through combining creativity with precision, only then can you become the next hope of man. Okay, so like the data sources, we encourage integrating data sources from various kinds like APIs, cloud databases, CSV, Excel, or even manual workflow. We want your whole project to be flexible enough to uh, to to import anything like a birth certificate all the way to real brain rot videos. You know what I mean for the iPad kids. For data processing, you can use Power Query and analyze DX calculations for advanced analytical modeling and all. For visualizations, imagination is your boundary. Maps, heat maps, trend analysis, KPIs, graphs, anything. You can just incorporate anything. And bonus points for those of you who can do Easter eggs for GeoGuessr. For the user interactivity, you can integrate interactive filters, drill tools, and dynamic views. Try to segregate the views into three parts. For example, like for normal citizens, for local administrators, and for voice managers. So that you don't want someone to access Narendra Modi's Twitter account now, do we? For reports, you can make paginated reports for detailed analysis, or try to keep exporting options to things to formats like PDF or Excel, so that those without internet can also download. I mean, those BSNL users, they don't have any internet. I hope you can understand that. For advanced analytics, you can use any AI visuals, forecasting, anything, or clustering. And if applicable, try to use Python or R integration for advanced statistical modeling. It's totally up to you how to do it, do advanced analytics. It's not mandatory, but you can do it. That's a bonus point for all. And for scalability, we want your model, to at least handle large data sets without much drop in performance. Because we don't want we like कि जियो फोन का 2 GB का तो पूरा नहीं चलेगा ना. So we want it to be as efficient as possible, so that we get minimal uphold times for as much data set as possible. And yeah, at last, you are tasked with being the overseers of the world, the new hope of mankind. So all the best to all of you, and may the best team win. Thank you. I will be passing on to the next ML.
Hi everyone. Okay, so till now, I guess you have got an idea what is going on right now, right? So suppose you are in a situation in a world filled with zombies, okay, and you don't know where to go, how to escape. What will you do? And also, you can't even breathe properly since the air is polluted and due to some, chemical leaks or something like that. So, how will you survive this scenario? How will you get out of this? Well, I guess we can only hope to get out of this. But apart from this, I guess in this kind of situations, we look out for intelligent chatbots, which will take us out of this scenario, right? So I'm Mahona, and I welcome you all to Hackocalypse, where your AI engineering, so you would become the survivor. Of, okay, we challenge you guys to what? Okay, before going into that, how many of you guys know about RAG? Anyone? Okay, very few hands. No problem. We are here to explain you guys what RAG. So don't need to worry. So we will challenge you to make an LLM service assistant. Okay. So that will basically handle 4 things. Okay. First, it will help you to navigate complex map descriptions. Second, it will pave you the way and get you out of this complex map scenarios. And it will also give you alerts about any upcoming zombies or any threats. Third, it will generate actionable survival plans. And last but not the least, it will update strategies based on changing conditions, right? So This challenge would thus deal with real-time decision making along with map descriptions, threat assessment, resource management, okay? And it will all be powered by advanced AI technology. So that would be all from my side. I hope you guys enjoy and learn in this process. So I will now forward the mic to Twinkle for more details about RAG. All right. To project setting, this hackathon aims to build a tool that can help people in the middle of a crisis. So we are throwing you into a world where the information is messy, constantly changing, and sometimes it's like the information is not complete. So survivors need to know where it's safe to go, what's happening around them, and where the resources are available, right? Be it weather, threats, or banking supports. So what's your job? Your job is to create an AI that can handle all that chaos and give clear, practical advice and guide to the survivors. So we'll be presenting you a map here in the slide. Here's the deal. Your AI needs to take a bunch of map details and real-time updates, make them together, and turn it into all useful actions. Let's say a road is blocked. It's not enough for the system to just say, yeah, route A is closed. It needs to step up and suggest something like, take route B instead. It's clear and more resources are along the way. Or maybe there's a problem with resources running low. The AI should immediately figure out where supplies are still available and help survivors get there safely. And it does not stop there. Things change, right? So maybe safe zones suddenly is not a safe zone anymore. The AI needs to take that situation as soon as possible and update its plan. And forget that shelter, head east to the north. It's secure and has supplies to last you a couple of days. This is not about showing people a bunch of data. It's about giving them real plans they can act on. We don't want an assistant like, there's a building over there, go there, good luck. No way, it needs to be more like a suggestion, like based on where you are and what's happening. Your best move is to head north to the overpass. It's safe and you will find what you need to survive. So basically, the whole idea is to combine all of a bunch of tricky stuff like maps, resources, and changing threats and time pressure into one system and feels like a real partner. So yeah, this is about building something that's smart, flexible, and that can help in the heat of moment. Let's see what you can come up with. So I'm going to handle the technical part.
So as it turns out, all of the developers or a lot of the developers in the world are dead due to the apocalypse. And it turns out that you guys are some of the last remaining developers in the planet. So that could be slightly tragic, but let's see how we can navigate our way around that, right? So first we are faced with a problem, right? So we are trying to build a chatbot which will help the survivors, right? But so chatbot is based on an LLM, is right? All of you know what a large how it works, right? So a large language model is obviously trained on a finite set of data, right? So the map or the place where the survivors are hiding, right? It doesn't know where to go from where, or it doesn't even have the real-time updates as to what is happening live. So how will it guide the survivors? So we are addressing a very core problem with LLMs here, is that how do we provide it with new data and enable it to answer our questions based on that efficiently without having to get too computationally expensive. Can some of you like give me an idea on how you would approach this problem? How do you train an LLM or give a new data to an LLM and help it generate more information based on that data? Would anyone like to suggest anything? Nobody? Okay, not to worry, because we understand that this problem statement could be a bit intimidating. So what we have done is we have created a complete prototype, which you can base your solution off of, right? We're not asking you to copy this thing. Obviously, if you do that, we'll not be winning this hackathon. But you can start building on top of this prototype, and we'll see how we have structured this so far. So we have based, yeah. So let us understand some of the fundamental technologies behind how we have structured this, right? So the system we are using is called retrieval augmented generation. So would anyone like to give me their own explanation of how this works before I explain it for you? Would anyone like to volunteer? No? Okay.
So retrieval augmented generation is a very efficient technique of providing new information to an LLM, right? New information that it doesn't already know and something that it wasn't trained on. So what we have done is we have associated an external knowledge database, right? And what we're doing is when we're passing the prompt to the LLM, let's say we're using an API in this case to access an LLM that we don't have offloaded. And what we'll do is first we'll pass your prompt into a retriever. Now the retriever will use some sort of a similarity search algorithm. Okay, and based on your prompt, it will find some pieces of information from this database, right? Not all of the database. It will index that database and find the most relevant pieces of information from that database. And what it will do, it will parse that, and then it will pass it to the LLM alongside your prompt, right? So LLM will gain this new context when you're sending this prompt, and this can work with an API as well, right? So this is exactly what is shown here. So this is the retriever, which uses a BM25 algorithm to retrieve vectors from this external knowledge database. We'll get into that in a bit. And then we pass all of this to the generator. And the generator is the LLM, of course, and then the LLM will be able to answer based on that new context which it has gained. So before we dive into some of the code, so I believe we have a repository ready. Okay, so the repository will be shared to you right now on WhatsApp, and you'll be able to check it and gain information from that. Right, you can go through the code as we go along with this. So please, if you have your laptops, you can take them out, and we'll be sharing the link to you, and you can take a look through the code. We will be explaining the code. Okay, so you can access the repository at this link if you would like to access it right now. Okay, you can check that. I hope it's. Soham/Hackocalypse bot. This is the repository name. If you have your laptops, please navigate over to this repository.